Hey, what up? Good morning. Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt. Jersey Shore, check it out. So came out here to meditate and chant like I normally do, and but today's a little different. I'm kind of processing and contemplating my experience last night at protest in Asbury Park. I've been to other protests. I've been involved in other marches and movements. But I gotta say, I've never been so deeply moved as I was and am from last night. And this video is not about being political, or it's not even going to be about the march, other than my experience last night and other people's experience that I know in other parts of the country have been nothing but peace and love, nothing but community, reconciliation, and virtuous experience between beings, including law enforcement. Last night was, not only moving for the obvious reasons, but, we all went out of our way to include law enforcement, and they responded beautifully. We took knees with law enforcement, we hugged law enforcement, fist bumped law enforcement. I made it a point during the march to as many officers as I came in contact with, showed them respect and fist bumps and telling them how they're appreciated and they should know that. And they responded really well, and I'm really proud of my community. And it's the message that we should be not let get lost. So when you're in the company of people that really don't realize that's what's truly happening at protests, wake them up, enlighten them, and that's all I'm going to say about that subject right now. But what I really wanted to talk about is the simplest Buddhist teachings. The first noble truth is simply life is fraught with dissatisfaction, with difficulty, with frustration, with discomfort. And practice is about understanding this, having a different perspective and relationship with that ultimate truth, and then developing a healthy, wholesome way to respond to it based on a different relationship with it. And most people come to practice because they've been victimized, traumatized, or just for whatever reasons, not satisfied with their lives and the world, and looking for some type of reconciliation and healing. And all beings want to be happy. All beings want to be safe. All beings want to be secure. That's the foundation of why we come to practice, and it's really the foundation of why we practice and what we should be aspiring to and setting our intention to. Everything else about practice is fine, but it's not fine if we forget the rock-hard foundation we should be standing upon, the simplicity. It's not easy, but practice is simple. Do not identify with what is impermanent and temporary. Do not attach to pursuing and avoiding based on that identification. Find satisfaction in the way things are. Count your blessings Be grateful. Give yourself understanding, compassion, kindness, and love. And then share it. And be of service to others. That's it. And yet, we get swept way off that path with getting tied up and entangled with a lot of things for the right reasons sometimes, most of the time. Don't let a dogmatic perspective get in the way of a pragmatic assimilation. It's great to go deeper. It's great to set the bar of our aspirations and intentions on higher levels of practice, deeper states of meditation, of knowing everything we can about the history of our tradition, of memorizing every little detail, of memorizing every bit of sacred text. All that is good, but not at the expense of our pragmatic application of the basic tenets of spiritual life. So, it's easy to lose focus, and it's difficult to maintain and sustain passion, and intensity, and drive, and a sense of urgency. But the Buddha said we need to practice like our head is on fire. That's how urgent our practice has to be. 2,600 years ago, the world was on fire, and right now the world's on fire. We have to practice with a determination, an urgency, a perseverance, like our head's on fire, like we have no alternative but to get it done right now. Not a new teaching, but one that, we all kind of forget sometimes. So, call to arms, yes. Call to action, yes. And when I say call to arms, I mean the spiritual arms. Our weapons against greed, hate, and delusion are peace, love, and kindness, and the truth, and sharing the truth, and living the truth. We need a spiritual revolution within us, and we need one outside of us. And that revolution is very, very simple. Not easy, but simple. Cultivate understanding, compassion, love and kindness, respect, dignity, virtue, ethics and morals for ourselves, how we treat ourselves, how we create our view of others and the world around us all, and then act upon it. Very, very simple, but not easy to do. That's why it takes an attitude that our head's on fire, the world is burning, we have no choice. There is no choice but to stand up and do something, and take action. So, I'll leave it there. Have a great maggot-free day above the dirt, and peace out.